The 7 Steps to Wealth is what we're talking about today, the East Central Business Show. I'm John Naylor, and I'm joined by John Fitzgerald, all-round good guy. Now, we've touched on...
This is our step.
Well, this is the 7th episode. We've touched on the property investment, we've touched on the authorship type stuff, but this is where we definitely want to talk about the all-round good guy stuff. Because, you know, in everybody's life, and we all get to that point, and I argue in Australia, you know, if you're born into any sort of reasonable situation, you're already at the top of Maslow's pyramid. You should be thinking altruistically, and that's what you're going to talk about in this episode, yeah?
And you know, the 7 steps, step 7 is be all you can be. And I think I'd honestly say that the one question that I have asked myself and have asked thousands and thousands of people, have you reached your fullest potential?
Okay.
And if I ask you, or I've asked 8-year-olds I ask a 94-year-old, have you reached your fullest potential? And I get 2 answers. No, or not even close.
Okay, yeah.
They're the only 2 answers. And that's been a quest for me. But it's interesting because when I was a millionaire by the time I was 23, and I was a millionaire because I had mentors who really did guide my discipline, and because I was a disciplined person, and they educated me, and they give you confidence to know that you know, so to speak. But at 25, my mentor called me in and said, "You need to do something." What do I need to do? You need to learn to give. You need to.
He rang you. Got in your face.
Call me in. You need to learn to give.
Okay.
You know, and indirectly, what he was saying, and it took me decades to learn, is that I was selfish and competitive, and I was never actually going to feel happiness because it was too much in your head. So what he was teaching me is how to practice humility. And to be all you can be, I often say that, and it's a subject I've thought a lot about, it's a subject that if I'm explaining it to an audience, I say that some people think one thing, feel something else, say something, even contrary to that, and then do something even completely opposite to what they say, think, feel, and do.
Okay. Yeah,
and
so there's no congruence.
There's no congruence, and we're torn apart. Our hearts are broken in a sense. So he encouraged me, I want you to give without any receipt or any chance of any sort of receipt. So at age 25, I set out and with this intention. Intention is a beautiful thing, and the universe will bless you if you understand abundance and if you understand intention. I started with this intention, okay, I'm going to work with youth at risk. I don't know what I'm going to do. I don't know how I'm going to do it. I don't even know how to start. But this is what I'm going to do. And I'm going to dedicate myself to working with youth at risk. Wow. I put that out there, and within 3 months, 2 people came into my life, Dr. Ron and Sue Farmer, who I've been working with now for 30 years.
Okay.
And it was a blast. And I remember I organised a meeting with them because I'd been referred to them by somebody else. And I arranged to have a 30-minute meeting with them. And that meeting went for 4 hours.
Okay.
And changed my life. And what that's produced is a foundation that we started called Tugulawa.
Oh, so that came from that very first meeting.
Exactly. And Tugulawa means a place in the heart, because that's an Aboriginal word that means a place in the heart, because we realised that what was missing is that we're too much in our heads. You know, we think one thing and feel another. So we're losing our ability to feel. We're becoming almost sterile. And my mentor, he saw that in me, that I was just becoming that warrior with that inability to feel.
And so you had that experience at such a young age type thing, and I guess you've achieved financially, so yeah, you're going to trip over yourself sooner rather than later, and that's part of the thing. Now, the question I've got for you around that story though is, what do you subscribe to these days around people's decision to go out and do stuff for charity at the outset? You know, because you're saying, well, I built some wealth and then I got into the altruistic side. There's a lot of people out there, and you read spiritual readings, they'll say, go and do cool stuff, and you know the universe will reward you. What's your feeling about that?
Well, I think it depends on the person. You can't help someone until you help yourself. I get a lot of people who work at our charity who are broken, and they're not going to help any of our kids.
Oh, okay, yeah. So let's put the oxygen mask on first before you help the kids. Genuinely, yeah.
Absolutely. You know, and we've got a school now where 100 kids, all these kids have been kicked out of mainstream school. I just finished actually hiking. We did in southeast Queensland. We do the Kokoda Trek.
Challenge,
we took a number of kids who hiked 48 kilometres. And at the end of the hike,
I know some fit people that had trouble finishing that.
Oh, it's tough. It's tough.
Kids.
And one of our kids, he got to the end. He's 11 years old, the youngest kid to have ever done it. You know, hindsight and everything. And I had tears in my eyes. You know, and those tears in your eyes that just makes me feel a part of this whole beautiful world.
Yeah.
You know, and the be all you can be is. When you be all you can be is when you attach to everybody else and feel and you know, well, the Dalai Lama talks about compassion, but it's more than actually that. It's to actually to sensitize, to practice that humility.
Yeah, well, one way that I've meditated around that process and actually fulfilled it for myself is actually, you know, my little autobiography I've started writing, just a generic document, is I've got who are the people I know that have significantly changed their lives, you know? And there's that list of people, and so I get to go and read that and reflect on that, and you know what, it inspires me to do it more. You know, see, once you get on this rat feeder bar of altruism, you can't help yourself, can you, John?
Yeah, I think not only that though. I go to the school every Monday morning and have done for 20 years.
Wow.
And we sit down on a Monday morning and we talk about you know, we have a little. Affirmation which says we start the day with love, we fill the day with love, we end the day with love. This is the way we live. When 100 people in a room, and a lot of these kids are 12 years old, you know, 8 to 15 years old, say that and reverberates, something molecular almost changes within me. There's nothing I can say to these kids. There's nothing really I can even do except just to be there. And I go there, I only spend an hour on the Monday morning. Sometimes I tell a story, you know, with the kids because we have a thought for the week. But when I leave the school, I really feel connected in a world that is somewhat disconnected today.
Yeah.
Disconnected up here, and you know, with phones and all that sort of thing. So be all you can be.
Yeah. I appreciate that because you've got your story about being from the wrong side of the road. I grew up in Nala, single parent family, so yeah, you kind of get to that point. You go, well, what's it all about then, John? You know. But anyway, we're out of time. Now, my question for you: are you being all you can be, John?
I'm working at it every single day because I ask myself, how do I reach my fullest potential? And that's the question we should ask ourselves every day.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Now, I quite often find myself doing that at meetings, sitting around talking about marketing or digital, whatever we're doing. I say, look, I'm looking around the table. I'm not seeing anybody here that's actually doing everything they can possibly do and be all they can be.
Perfect. We're growing.
I also almost sort of call it, so we all need to sort of wake up and take a teasppoon of America.
Well, no, it's step one.
We are humble people. Like,
but it's also...
We tend to be a bit humble.
Step one today, grow. Today I'm going to grow this much. How? Well, I'm going to...
Compound growth and personal growth.
Yeah, that's it.
Oh, the sky's the limit.
Step one, grow an inch today. How? Physically, mentally, spiritually, emotionally. Okay. That's all.
All right, well, it's been a fabulous series. And look, I don't know whether you got that through the camera, folks, but yeah, we sort of changing this bloke during this segment. This is the one I've been waiting for, honestly. But fabulous to have you on the show, and this is a really valuable series. And if you've jumped into this one, go watch the others. Go watch the others. Now, how do people get more John Fitzgerald?
Have a read of this, 7 Steps to Wealth. All the money goes to the Gua, or 7steps.com, 7stepstowealth.com.au, and look forward to hearing about your amazing story. Okay, fabulous. All right. That's the end of an absolutely fabulous series, and we'll see you next time on the East Central Business Show. I'm John Naylor.